All right, let's move on now to our trending topics, and no surprises. First up, hashtag cabinet reshuffle. And as we say, we waited for it for a long, long time. And ultimately it happened. We were told, even in the end, we were still waiting. We were told 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Then it was 8 o'clock.
Oy. And then 8:30.
And then it was 8:30. Eventually it happened.
I know.
So yeah, President really kept us waiting. But there, of course, I suppose, no surprises. David Mabuza resigned, so he's out. New deputy president in the country, Paul Mashatile.
All right, there's your deputy president. So I suppose we've got some graphics of all of them. Perhaps we can just shuffle through those and have a look and see who's in, who's out. So here's the big one in terms of the deputy president. Here's another one. Khumbudzo Ntshabeni is... no, that doesn't look right.
No.
Definitely not.
No.
That's an old graphic. That's not right. So we can tell you straight that is not the case.
Yeah. So she, Khumbudzo Ntshabeni, has moved into the presidency.
Absolutely.
Mondli Gungubele has now moved to communications. Yeah. So out is Nathi Mthethwa, being replaced by Zizi Kodwa as Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture.
All right, and that one I know a lot of people were kind of welcoming that one, so they were quite happy about it. Let's see if we've got the next one right. Okay, Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma is moving into a new portfolio now. So she's
also in the presidency.
Also in the presidency.
Women, youth, and people with disabilities.
With disabilities. So she's into that one.
And Temi Nkadimeng is now the Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs. Temi Nkadimeng, remember, she was the mayor of Polokwane. She was also the president of Salga. Then she became the deputy minister in the COCTA portfolio. So yeah, I think that for me is one that makes sense.
Indeed.
Then the next one, we have there Lindiwe Sisulu, and she's out, replaced by Patricia de Lille. And I suppose we're not surprised that Lindiwe Sisulu has been moved out. Given how acrimonious her relationship has been with President Ramaphosa. So that doesn't come as a surprise. So Patricia de Lille is now the Minister of Tourism. Yeah. I'll tell you which one I actually liked, and I was happy for the former Deputy Minister of Transport, Cindy Chikunga, because she's been deputizing for a while. And I have encountered her, on various occasions, and very hardworking deputy minister, and I think she deserved to step up to the ministerial position.
Fantastic.
In the transport department. So we wish her well.
Indeed, we certainly do. And then, of course, the big one, which is the next trending topic, is the Minister of Electricity. We've been waiting to hear. In fact, it's no secret. I mean, I think that name had been doing the rounds all along. We knew that
Khosienso Ramakgopa.
Spotla, Khosienso, whatever you want to say, Ramakgopa is the Minister of Electricity. And we knew, I think people had been speculating for a very, very long time that he's going to be coming in and taking over that position. He was a senior official in the presidency in charge of infrastructure projects. So that was already where he is. And yeah, I suppose it's brought about an end of speculation who's going to occupy that position. But he is
worst kept secret.
Not sure how much he's done, though, in charge of infrastructure projects.
We'll ask Prince.
Please do. So
we'll talk, to that.
Talk more about that. But that was a very big one.
And then hashtag come 2024. So people are not impressed with what has been happening, calling it musical chairs, moving this one there. And overall, it seems as though the Twitterati not impressed with what was done in that cabinet reshuffle. So essentially saying, okay, come 2024, we will show you ANC.
And I think one of the biggest disappointing things was that people were expecting, yes, a reshuffle, one thing, but also there was speculation in Sona that there was going to be a cut down. He speculates about that all the time. And instead of cutting it down, he's now increased it again, which is going to cost us, the taxpayer, even more. So instead of, we've been hearing about a smaller cabinet for I don't know how long. Instead, we keep adding more and more ministries, ministers, and deputy ministers. In some instances, 2 deputy ministers. And we still get to ask what they do.
And then Dr. Kwabe. Dr. Kwabe has been trending since the weekend. And because, there have been people who complained literally about his dress code.
Oh, wow.
And to the point of writing to the Health Professions Council about this. So the HPCSA actually responded yesterday saying they don't regulate doctors' attire. They don't regulate what doctors wear. But I don't understand why anyone would wake up on any random morning and say, I don't like the way Dr. Kwabe dresses. You don't like it, don't go to him.
Is that it? But they were upset about the way he dressed. That nothing else. What is wrong with people? Sorry, I did miss this, I have to say.
Yeah.
I saw it, but I didn't get into it. But now you're telling me what's wrong.
What's wrong with that?
As long as he does his job properly, we need good doctors, and you're worrying about what he's wearing.
Well, people complain about it. So that's where that one's at. So
Okay.
Dr. Kwabe, the Health Professions Council saying, no, they don't regulate what doctors wear.
Well,
Thank you.
okay, there we go.